Hello everyone, my name is Adeline Del Valle. I just want to thank you everyone that's watching my video today. Let me just introduce myself and talk some about my personal life or in career and etc. I lived my whole life in Brazil. I was of course born and raised in Brazil. When I was 20 years old, I got married and a year later we got divorced. The good thing is I was brokenhearted, but the good thing was that's when I met Christ. After that event kind of broke my heart and I decided to go to pursue my education. I got graduated, got my bachelor's degree. And for my vacation I decided to give a very good gift. And since my sister was already living in Florida, I decided to visit her for vacation. I stayed with her for 30 days. It was something that probably God gave it to me and I took as the best experience ever with God. A month later, of course, I went back to my country and I decided to quit everything that I had there and decided I felt in my heart that God was stirring my life or stirring my heart to come here and live with my sister. 6 months passed. I decided to come here to United States of America. I had no English. I did not know how to communicate with anybody. After 6 months of the course, I met my husband, my soon-to-be husband. My husband was in the Marines then, and I waited for him until he got off of the Marines, and we met, and we have been together since then. So we have been together over 14 years. A lot of things has happened in our life, and he got out of the Marines and decided to live as a civilian for 9 years. But his heart was, it still is, serving our country. So 3 years ago, or I'm sorry, 4 years ago, he decided to go back to the Army. So I am now a military spouse. So that's a little bit about my personal life. Many things have happened, of course, throughout the 14 years that I've been here living in the United States of America. I decided to pursue my education. It was something that I always wanted to do. So talking about going to college, one of my first classes was a speech class. So talking about public speaking is one of the hardest for me and is one of the more, is my weakest link, let's just say. So going back to when I graduated my first class in college, the worst experience for me in public speaking was of course my first speech. So I got out, stood up in front of everybody, and I've noticed then when I was ready to give this speech, I started looking at the classmates and I've noticed everyone looking at me, and for some reason I felt so uncomfortable in front of everybody because I was the only Hispanic in the class. So what happened was, during my speech, I didn't realize I started switching the language. So I went from English to Portuguese. I probably thought that my speech was very, very good. So when I finished, the professor called me up and said, you had a very strong speech, however, you were so nervous that you switched all the words. So I went from English to Portuguese. So that was the worst experience ever. The best one was right after I had the opportunity to speak again in front of everybody. So when I went in front of the class, I made a joke. I was like, just everybody know that I am the only foreign student in the class. So if I switch, if I decide to do anything else, as far as language, don't worry about it. I'm here to learn and I hope you guys enjoy. And that was my best public speaking experience ever. They all loved, and I had to speak or talk about something that I really liked. Another thing is, the goals for the classes that I'm going to mention or talk about is, of course, for me, the best part of this class is to know that I can choose my own audience, so I can kind of feel comfortable who I'm talking to. But I want to take advantage of this class to hear, to learn, to watch another students, how they deliver the speech, and me trying to communicate effectively. The last thing would be my career. Since little, I've always wanted to be a nurse. A lot of a lot of things happened. I could not pursue that, and but now, after a few years trying, I decided to go for the healthcare administration. So I have not gotten a job yet in that position, but I know that God's with me. So the last one will be how God will be influencing you, audience, through my life is for my verbal communication is I am not from here. I was not born here, but yet I'm in front of you and giving you that speech. So God, every time I go to give a speech, the first thing I do is ask God to calm my heart and speak to you. Thank you for watching my video, and if you do have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to talking to me. Thank you.